Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
What the shit taco just happened, man?
So, I know that I am really late to the party. This movie that I'm about to review for you guys was definitely one that just stuck out there like a sore thumb after I first saw the trailer. It was something that I was a little bit nerve-wracked in regards to seeing, and when I first saw the trailer I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe that there's a movie that's coming out based on something like this! I mean, when the country is basically at wit's end and racial tensions are so high, why is a movie like Get Out being released in theaters now? But then, time moved on. The reviews started coming in from all over the spectrum. This movie started getting tons of awareness and, at the same time, tons of praise. And then when I saw that Jordan Peele from Key and Peele directed this movie, I was saying to myself, a comedy genius, who is also in a relationship with another amazing comedy genius from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Chelsea Peretti, is making a horror movie based on this subject. The tide was turning a little bit, what can I tell you? So I let the crowds deplete, I let the movie just take its course, and 2 months later, it is still in the theaters, so yeah, I went to go see Jordan Peele's horror comedy, if you will, Get Out. And I gotta tell you, this movie can only be summed up in one word: memorable. This is one of the most creative and interesting films that I have seen in such a long time, and I love movies that make me think. This movie takes so many tropes from classic horror movies, but it just gives this movie a brain. Literally, if you've seen the movie, you're probably laughing that I just said that, but it's such a unique take on clouded perception of different kinds of people, their attitudes towards each other, stereotypes, and how people from different ethnic and racial backgrounds view each other. Like, is that person really like that, or is that person really that crazy, and what is this other group of people really like because they just don't seem the same as me? How are they different? What makes them so special? This movie encompasses and gives us a unique understanding in such an unusual fashion in every which way, and it is done just so perfectly. The pacing is great, the acting is fantastic, there are very unusual and cool plot twists, and there's even some great funny moments to really just break the tension, because a movie with this kind of topic in this day and age is definitely something that will make you a little bit uncomfortable in a crowded theater because you just don't know what the other person is thinking. I definitely found it interesting and entertaining, although I will say that I don't think that this movie was perfect merely because of the fact that when we got to the end and we saw the truth of the main plot of certain characters in the story, I kind of felt that I didn't get enough and I really wanted more. There were certain things that were left undone that I really thought were going to get explained and answered, and I really think that it would have helped the movie a little bit more. But at the end of the day, when I finished the movie, I was very impressed and amazingly surprised with how good this movie was. This is a movie that I really hope gets more than just praise and box office numbers. I mean, this movie is the highest grossing film of 2017 right now, and quite frankly, I'm not surprised, because this movie really resonates. But what I'm really hoping for is this movie actually gets some real awards. I would love to see Jordan Peele get nominated for Best Director, and I would love to see this movie get nominated for Best Original Screenplay, because it is just such a original film, and it's just something that is going to leave its mark, and you're never going to forget this movie. This is a movie that I would love to see again, just because of how different it is in terms of a horror film, and in terms of a movie that's trying to send a important message to the masses. Is it a movie that I would like to get on DVD? Yes, I would actually like to add this movie to my collection. I don't think it will be as engaging as it was the first time around, because when it comes to horror movies, know, it's great the first time around, but then you just know everything that is gonna happen. So because of that, I don't think that it's going to really have that amazing first-time impact, because that's just what horror movies are. But it definitely has rewatchability, and it's definitely something that I would recommend to anybody, even people who are not horror movie fans. I'm going to give Get Out 3.5 stars out of 4. I'm glad that I actually went to see this movie in theaters, because this one was already propped up to be a one that got away. But I'm glad that I bit the bullet and actually went to see this movie, because it is a very good and important film to see. So please put your comments in the box below. Let's discuss Get Out. I mean, I'm new to the party here, so I'm sure all of you have talked about it at least once or twice, but I would gladly like to jump into the conversation with you guys now. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.